Hey everyone, this is Culture here, and we're looking at patch 4.1 Public Test Realm on World of Warcraft. As you probably know, they're re-releasing Zul'Gurub and Zul'Aman, two troll instances from from Vanilla WoW and Burning Crusade, and they're re-releasing them as 5-man dungeons. And it appears there's a brief quest line leading up to at least the Zul'Gurub one. It appears the Zul'Aman quests are the same as they were back when it was a level 70 dungeon at Burning Crusade, but this is the things for Zul'Gurub seem to be all new. So when you first come into Stormwind, when the patch launches, or when you come into PTR, if you do that, you'll get a quest called the Zandalar Representative, which leads you here to the docks where these little trolls are hanging out, and you gotta talk to Wemba here. I'll read the quest text, so I can get a preview of what's going on. Alright, she says, "Greetings, Night Elf. These be desperate times. Stranglethorn be going crazy with the voodoo. My mate Galeri has gone off to the jungle to help. He was going to Fort Livingston to see what's going on, but I haven't heard from him since he left weeks ago. I need your help, mage. I need you to find my mate and help discover what ails Stranglethorn." And then she also gives you two new quests. The Zandalar Spirit. So you gotta help Wemba and the rest of the Zandalar trolls. It don't look like we be making much headway here, but we gotta try. I'd be sent here to get aid with the events in Stranglethorn. My mate Galeri sent word to the king that the Gurabachi be ready to make a move. We'd be here to get help with the situation, but it don't look good. You can still help Wemba out. Once you in Stranglethorn, my spirit be with you. Together we figure out the Gurabachi plan and find Galeri. And then the other quest just leads you to Fort Livingston, which is, the sort of the intro to the quests. While we're flying along here, I'll take a little bit to get down there. I figured I'd just share some thoughts and commentary on the general what's going on in patch 4.1. Obviously, the big things are the re-release of Zul'Gurub and Zul'Aman, as well as the new raid instance to Firelands. And there's rumors that there'll be another raid instance, but nothing really has surfaced about that just yet. So the two big things that are kind of brought to mind by the return of Zul'Gurub and Zul'Aman are the retreading of content, or the remaking or revamping or reusing of content, and second is that these instances are going to be dropping epic level loot in 5-man dungeons. It's only 353 versus 359, which you get from rep or from raids or whatever else. So it's a little bit weaker than that gear, but epics nonetheless. So both of these things have a few people feeling a little annoyed. The classic casual versus hardcore argument. And of course it's all silly, but I figured I'd offer my viewpoint on it anyways. As far as the retreading of content, it seems like what they're doing is Zul'Gurub is an entirely new experience with new bosses, and I'm not sure if they've done a little bit of revamping to the actual Zul'Gurub instance itself as well. They may have. There's also this new quest line leading up to it and all that stuff. My thought about it though is that while it is a little bit of a bummer to have to just go back into an environment that you've already done. Most of us haven't done Zul'Gurub for years now anyway, so it's not like it doesn't have some level of novelty to it. And besides, how much time do you really spend looking at the scenery of an instance? When you go into an instance, I feel like what you're going there for is for the experiences, conquering something together with a group. And if those experiences are new, if fighting the bosses and fighting the trash and all that stuff and getting the loot, if that's all new, then that seems good enough. For Zul'Aman, it's a little bit different because Zul'Aman is going to be more of just a retreading of what originally was already there, so it's not all new. It's going to be mostly the same boss encounters, it seems. Which will be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how they pare some of that stuff down to a 5-man mode. Given the first boss in Zul'Aman was all about tank swapping and things like that. Obviously, you can't tank swap in a 5-man anyway, so it'll be interesting to see how they change that to make it still remain challenging and whatnot. As for the loot issue, dropping epics, it's a necessary evil, if anything, because it's stupid to, like, if you want to level up an alt or if you need to recruit a new player, you need to get them raid ready, if you're like a raiding guild or whatever, and you have to like run them through previous tiers of raid content in order to get them, you know, ready to raid. That's obnoxious. No one wants to do that. If you want to do that, then you're just a masochist, and I don't know what to tell you. So, you know, be happy that there's going to be new epics that are easily accessible for people leveling up alts or trying to gear up new raiding characters. And plus, it'll bring down the price of Maelstrom crystals, which, thank God, finally. Alright, so we arrived in Fort Livingston. Talking to this Zandalar head shrinker. Says you'd be looking for Galeri. He was here, but when the serpents started coming, he took some of the other warriors and left. And he gets a quest called Serpent and Poison. Galeri left me with these guards to help fend off the serpents, but it don't seem to be enough. We got people suffering from poison, and we still got serpents all around us. Can you help me out? When would this be part of the reason we're here? It'd be the reason why the Galeri was here. Your magic can cure the poison. Just cure a few of the sick and kill a few of the serpents. Help me stabilize the area a bit. As you also see, we got a little spirit of Bwemba following us around here. And what you can do is, you see these poison dudes who are around here. You can cure them. It's kind of a little finicky, it seems like. You have to like walk directly on top of the person and you'll get a little buff that says Bwemba's aid. And then once you have that buff, you can actually speak to Bwemba and tell her you need her help to cure the poison, and she will do that for you. Unfortunately, the other annoying things, it looks like there's not nearly enough poisoned people around here, because they're all just, you know, centralized in this camp. And there's like 2 or 3 that spawn at a time. And I'm probably gonna steal this guy, I don't know what he's doing. Looks like they respawn reasonably quickly though, if there's enough people doing it. Meanwhile, you've also got snakes around the outside of the area. For some reason, these snakes are dead but targetable. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Maybe I should probably have buffs. This would be helpful. And for what it's worth, if I look like a noob with playing this mage, just because I don't really play a mage anymore. I haven't played a mage since, well, I did have a level 80 mage, but I haven't really played one since Cataclysm. I mean a paladin on live servers. Strangely, Also, unfortunately, there's been some issues with the PTR character copying, so I'm currently using, this mage that I'm using is a, not epiced out. Like, the first wave of character copying, I was able to copy over a bunch of, like, epic level characters with like, full, you know, tier 4 and all that stuff, or tier 11 and all that stuff, but, I ran into some bugs, so I had to restart. I had to copy a new character over, and this character is only in like heroic level 346 gear for whatever reason. It does look like there's a couple of poison guys outside of the town too. I didn't realize that my first time through here, so that's good. I'm kind of wondering if I kill one of these dead serpents, what'll happen, if I'll get credit for it or not. Guess not. Oh well. Alright, see if we can find some more poison dudes. We only got 2 so far. So notice too that this whole instance, or this whole area is instanced or phased rather. None of the original mobs that are normally in this area of Stranglethorn are here. It's all just, you know, these level 80 snakes and dead adventurers. That guy. probably a good thing because, you know, you wouldn't want level 80 snakes running around killing low-level people.
Talk to me. What can I do for you? Hey there.
Finally, a hot streak proc. See, like I said, we don't know too much about what new raid content we'll be expecting in this patch. According to what they had originally written at BlizzCon, it was going to be the Firelands was going to be I think a 6-boss instance with Ragnaros being the final boss. And since there's a new model of Ragnaros that is in the PTR files, we can assume that's still going to be the case. Although we don't know if it's still going to be only 6 bosses, or if they're going to add more bosses to it. As for the other instance, the rumor going around is Caverns of Time, which will be a retelling or instance version of the War of the Ancients, which is an ancient conflict that happened between Night Elves and the Demons, the original original war against the demons sort of thing. Other rumors going around include something to do with the Blue Dragon flights, as Malygos was killed in Wrath of the Lich King. Kalikos, who you probably know if you finished like Burning Crusade content, and I think he popped up a couple times in Wrath of the Lich King too. But he's supposedly in line to be the new Blue Dragon aspect, so there may be something to do with him as well. Also, some people seem to think that may be something to do with the Titans, because some of the Deadmind items from the new patch seem to have very Titan-influenced names. That seems to indicate that we may be going to another like Ulduar style instance. But again, none of this is going on yet. Like, the only thing that's on the PTR right now is just this quest line, which is still pretty bugged and full of placeholders. And the actual Zul'Gurub instance, Zul'Man instance is still locked, so we can't get in there just yet. Which is strange. You think that Zul'Man is just a remake of the old Zul'Man that would be further along than this is, but who knows?
How you doing, man? How are you?
Hopefully when this goes live, they'll do something to make this a little faster. Because everyone's going to be funneled in here. They're going to have like a bazillion people trying to cure all these poison people.
How you doing, man?
I guess maybe I'm better off sticking to the town.